Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to create gold. Yes, gold. All right, so one of the first things we need to do is make a new layer. Or, yeah, new layer, new document. So new, and just I put 800 by 800. It doesn't matter, just white's fine. I press Control 1 to zoom it to 100%. I select the text tool, and I'm going to look for Adobe Caslon Pro. I'm going to type it at 189 point. It can be any color, but just choose black for sakes. And then type gold, G-O-L-D. Real simple. Press Enter to commit it. Press Control, which will change it to the Move tool. Move it in the middle. And we're going to open up the Layer Styles. You can access this by going to Layer, Layer Styles, Blending Options. Or what most people do is just double click on the layer right here in the middle part and not on the word. It will open up the Layer Styles. On the Layer Styles, you have options on the left that you can apply, such as drop shadow, inner shadow, outer glow, all the goodies. You can choose the blend mode, advanced blending, and this is basically if you want one layer to shine through the other layer. I hate to say shine, it's not the right word, but basically it's what's doing it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to gradient overlay, which is all the way down here. You can select it, but when you select it, guess what? You don't see the options. You have to click on the word, and this will open up the options for you. You can choose a blend mode. We're going to leave it at normal, and we're going to go opacity. We'll show you. You can lower it. If you lower it, you can see the gold comes back. And then we click on right here, and this will allow us to see the gradient editor. And the gradient editor, we can choose predefined gradients, or if we want, we can click on here, and we can choose different ones. We can reset the gradients, or we can replace gradients if we want. So I'm going to choose this one. You do not have this one, but that's okay. You can create it. So I'm going to choose this one. Basically, you're going to see this little color color strip, I guess, down here. On the bottom, you'll see some stops. So what you'll do is click on this bottom stop here, and then you'll see it says color, and it will open up. It'll tell you location is 0. 0 is obviously right here. 100 is over here on the other side. Just click on this. It will open up the color well, and then type this number. 3, F is in Frank, 2, C is in Chris, 01. Again, 3F2C01, or you can just type in the RGB as 63441. Then click OK. And then to add a stop, you just click here, and that will add another stop. If you don't want it, just drag it away, and it will take it away. And when you click it, you see this little triangle. This is the gradient from this stop to this stop, just so you know. I'm going to take that out. Now we're going to go to the other side, and you may have just one, so you would click to add one and another one, and just click on it. Open, you can tell the location is 71%. If you want to make it 71, that's fine. Click on the color, and this color is EFDEBA. Again, EFDEBA, or RGB of 239, 222, 186. Click OK. And you'll notice that this brown is the same color as this brown. And this color is the same color as this color. So this one was at 83%, and you just click right here, and it'll change. You notice how this changes to black, which means that this is a color stop you'll be using. And then this is location 93. Once you take the time to create these colors, you can pause the movie if you like. You can name it whatever you want, and then click New. When you click New, it will add it to the presets here. And that's what I've done just to save me some time. Click OK. And now we have our gradient overlay. Now we need to make a stroke. So I'm going to go over to my stroke, and you can see my size is 10. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to highlight it, press 1. I'm going to choose inside. I have 3 choices here. Normal is the blend mode, and the fill type is gradient. So right here you can choose gradient or pattern. I'm going to choose gradient. Click here. I'm going to choose the second gradient that I made. I called it gold number 2. Now the gradient type, you can have options. You can do solid, you can do noise, and you can do different color modes. You can restrict colors, you can randomize, and this will randomize it for you. Let me go back to solid. And these are the same colors that I used in the previous one. And you can see color stop 1 is at 0. Color stop 2 is at 9%. Color stop 3 is at 16%. Color stop 4 is at 25%, and then the other ones. Basically what you're doing is you're kind of seeing the highlight here, and then the other highlight at the bottom, and in the middle is this just plain area. And that's what we're doing, is creating that type of gradient. Once you create this gradient, you can name it Gold 2 and then click New, and it will save it next to the other one. Click OK. And then lastly, what we're going to do is do a bevel and emboss. So I'm going to click on bevel and emboss. All right. I'm going to choose an inner bevel. You can choose outer bevel and see how it works. You can choose pillow. I'm going to do inner bevel and then smooth. I'm going to select down. Watch how it changes. There you go. I'm going to choose a depth of 154. This is the depth of the bevel. And then I'm going to choose the size of 0 and 2 for the softening. And the altitude is 30 degrees. So see how the altitude is here? There's a little thing right here. You can move this around, but I'm going to choose 30 degrees. All right, and then screen and multiply just leave as is. But if you wanted to, you could click on your gloss contours and change that. You can click on contour and make it really special. You could even choose textures. So let me just do that. All right. And then lastly, we'll go over here and maybe create a drop shadow. And then I'll go over here and just change the settings from the distance from crazy to 5. The spread, I mean, how far do I want to spread it out? And then the size is 5. And then click OK. And then I'm going to change my background here. I'm going to click on background, change it to black so I guess we can see this better. And then we have gold. There it is. Now what's interesting about layer styles is a couple things real quick. You see it says FX and you have this little triangle. Click the triangle, you hide it. Click it again, you open it. These are the effects that are applied to make this gold. You can turn them off by clicking this eyeball. Click again, you see the effects. You can click each one. Well, the drop shadow doesn't matter now that I have it against the black background, but sorry about that. Bevel and emboss, you can see how each one helped it out. And you can see that the gradient applied the most. You could even transfer this effects to another background layer by clicking Alt and drag, and you will copy the effects. So it gets really cool. All right, in the next lesson, we're going to create neon. Yes, neon.